Hi guys, so this is gonna be for discussion board number 3. Um, so it's for the video for the UX of spatial design in 2024 by Kim Albin. So the first question was, what are some of the design best practices for VR that you didn't know from 2D to 3D? And I would say like the depth and space awareness, just because I didn't think like for instance, like the objects could have a sense of depth, and it should not overlap unnaturally for the user to see. um Comfortable scale, I would say that is still hard to understand, just because just to make sure that the objects and environment are still designed for comfort, even though you are viewing it in a VR in everybody's specific space. So I feel like that's kind of, you know, hard to of try to avoid oversizing. So because you never know how someone's space is actually looking with the devices. But yeah, that's for number one. Um, for number two, the question was, in one of the best practices, what does Kim Albin mean by affordances? So it's like essentially going back to what we were learning in our first year of UX design. Like you don't know if you're gonna push the door because all you see is a handle, and when you see the handle you automatically think of pulling it. So you need the visual affordances, like push door or something like that. Or you need to see, for VR, it's like you need to see a button and it needs to be pressable. Like when you see a button you want to press it, obviously. um, or a door should have a handle that makes it obvious that it can be opened. So, like in those ways, like a door needs to have the handle to open in VR. But if it needs to be pushed, then you need to have an affordance that says push door. Yeah. But yeah, that's what she meant by affordances. For question number 3, what are the 3 interactions in XR? So it's I have it in my notes. Okay. So it says physical interactions, spatial interactions, and symbolic interactions. I guess physical interactions is like what's involving in real world motions, like how we gesture things and how our body moves throughout like virtually. Um, and then spatial interactions are like I said, like how we put the objects in virtual rooms, like scaling wise, and like how we walk through the virtual rooms. So, how do we control walking into these virtual rooms is what I'm trying to say. Symbolic interaction. So I would say symbolic is more like the actions that we make through the XR. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but such as like menus and icons, and like how do we like she said in the video, how do we quit the XR, how do we get out of the software that we were just in? Like, how do we press the button, press the menu button, press the settings, and all that? But yeah, those are the 3 interactions in XR. Number 4, is curved or flat panels best designed for XR and why? I would say curved panels are best designed for XR, just because um like she said, like you don't see like a spiked uh chair and you automatically want to sit on it. Like you when you see curved chair, you know where to sit on it. And it also comes to like just creating a seamless experience through XR. And yeah, I say I say that, and like having comfort and knowing where things are throughout the XR experience. But yeah, that's number 4. Um Number 5, is it important to give feedback in 2D or 3D design, and why? Um Yes, feedback is important just because it plays a role in XR. Uh it it just it's more, you understand more immersive and interactive nature in those environments. So let's say um like auditory, like hearing wise, like how do you make sounds, like the clicks and confirmations of like the menu button and exiting off, uh help with the actions of, you know, pressing those buttons. Like, how can I say it best? Like where can we make the click button sound like you're clicking the button actually and getting off of the XR experience? Like, where does that come from? Like, so we need feedback from that. Like, can you hear it? Are you able to hear it in XR? And yeah. Also like haptic, like I know some like headset, it could be like a headset, or it could be like, yeah, it's mainly headsets, right? It could be a headset. Can it have haptic feedback? Like, can you actually feel it like vibrating right here? Can you it in those ways? Like, it can't be harsh because then you'll shake all the time, and it can't be soft because then you won't notice it. So in those ways, I feel like we have a if we get feedback in those areas, we would have a better understanding of where, XR and AR, VR, MR can improve. But yeah, I think that's about it for this one. All right, thank you.